VGC 2016 Kitty with Keys combo. I am hype. Let's watch how this plays through. So, Kitty with Keys, old strategy. One of the first things I thought of when I saw the 6th generation was like, yo, double prankster. That can do some madness. And I've brought it back a couple of times. It actually works really well to just hacks out your opponent through prankster. Very frustrating, very fun team. But we're going to see what the more updated version looks like and what potential could lie for the 7th generation. That's like all I'm waiting for now. Every strategy has a potential augment. So that's the play. There's Swagger onto Charizard. There's Klefki Thunder Waving the Charizard. Wow, the double focus down. There's a lot of ways you can play it. You could go for the double Swagger to kind of go for the hacks. You can lock down one opponent entirely. Looks like Blaziken is not a threat, and Charizard getting stopped before things get crazy. And there's the Stone Edge onto Klefki. Decent damage, but not insane. There's the critical hit. That's how you pop an air balloon, and then speed boost comes through. So the opponent is going to throw down the Protect on the Blaziken. Yeah, that's pretty obvious. So going to protect itself. Meowstic Swagger, not going to affect. And then the Klefki Thunder Wave, not going to affect. And now we get to see Charizard. There's the confusion. Fire Blast is going to go through. Klefki avoids the Fire Blast. That accuracy, pretty crazy. But also, yeah, like Blaziken doesn't mean anything in this battle right now because of that speed boost. Like, speed boost is meant to outspeed everything, but doesn't work when your opponent is double prankster and you're getting outsped no matter how many speed boosts you have. So that is going to be the Thunder Wave. There we go. So now both opponents completely shut down at this point. Like 30% chance to actually get a successful turn. Blaziken hits itself in confusion for a ton of damage. Charizard still confused, hits itself. And now Klefki gets to start putting in work. And we see what Meowstic is up to. Meowstic has some options. There's a Swagger right there, for example. And just going to keep adding on the damage, because now when Blaziken hits itself in confusion, will be a KO. And Klefki with that foul play, how much damage is it going to do to Charizard? Not enough to KO. And there's the Blaziken, hits itself in confusion, and that's a drop. Sweet hacks. Sweet, sweet hacks. So we do have another battle, which is going to be interesting to see how that plays out. There's Charizard landing the Fire Blast onto Klefki. Klefki will go down. Makes sense, but there's a lot of setup right here. So Charizard's still in a very vulnerable position, and now we have Weavile to deal with. So there's Rayquaza. Rayquaza's just going to outspeed dunk the Charizard. Could maybe do something else, and then Weavile is going to do a thing. So that's going to be Mega Rayquaza. And I guess you just hit the Swagger, you hit the Thunder Wave on a Weavile, something like that against the Rayquaza, and just see what happens. Because Weavile is going to outspeed, and that is something to be worried about. So Rayquaza is going to protect on this turn. Also, Fake Out could happen. Meowstic gets the Thunder Wave off onto the Weavile. Looks like Weavile was going straight for an Icicle Crash onto the Rayquaza, and then Charizard, he's still doing his own thing. Oh no, Weavile actually going for the knockoff onto Meowstic. Surprise KO. That's interesting. I was not expecting that. But now we have Mewtwo coming in. So there's oh, I like the Mental Herb just to prevent any of those off taunts that you might see from time to time. So there's the Mewtwo. No Mega Mewtwo, because we see the Mega Rayquaza. And then that's Rayquaza with the extreme speed. So that's going to just take damage onto the Weavile. Not enough to KO. Mewtwo with the Fire Blast, though. Risky on the accuracy right there. Hits Weavile. Weavile will be dropped. And now Charizard, he can get finished off by an extreme speed at any time and still paralyzed and still has things to worry about. That's going to be a Hidden Power Ice on the Charizard. Hits Rayquaza. They're super effective. Oh, now that first turn makes sense because this opponent has obviously put some time in the team and seems to be cheating because of the shiny Groudon. And also the Hidden Power Ice on a Charizard is pretty difficult to get across. Also, a couple shinies. All right, a little bit questionable right there. Either way, the Blaziken went for the Stone Edge, probably expecting a switch into Mega Rayquaza, because who's going to leave Klefki up against 2 Fire-type Pokemon? Well, this guy did, and it worked out really well. So I was worried in the beginning that it was actually a bad opponent, but really a good opponent, making the over prediction. Charizard will go down. Mewtwo has the Psy Strike, and unfortunately, Psy Strike is actually going to do not too much damage to the Groudon. Still a very respectable hit, but because Groudon gains increased physical defense, Psy Strike deals physical damage. Not going to be too insane. There's a Rock Slide. Both survive, and that's just an instant GG. So Mewtwo with the Psy Strike going to go and deal damage to the Groudon once again, and that will be the KO. GG, and let's get on to the next battle. Alright, and into the next battle with a shiny Darkrai. Yay. Man, so little legitimacy in this game anymore. So that's going to be Blaziken with the Protect, but depends on like who the target selection is. Fake out on Darkrai, you don't want that confusion to hit you, and the Thunder Wave, because again, Blaziken isn't a threat. So Blaziken ended up protecting, no free turn for the Blaziken. Darkrai's paralyzed, gets flinched, and now you get all kinds of shutdown. You go for the Swagger on Darkrai, low chance right there, or you Crafty Shield. I like the tech. Every time, you know, that Crafty Shield comes out, very awesome. Meowstic gets the Thunder Wave onto the Blaziken, so then we can like double Swagger or something on the following turn. The Crafty Shield will protect from the Dark Void, and Blaziken with the Bulk Up. Bulk Up kind of slows down the Swagger just because like diminishing returns on stat boosting and whatnot. So a Pokemon that has +3 on an attack and +1 defense isn't going to hit itself in confusion as hard as a Pokemon with +2 on attack, +0 on defense. So more Crafty Shield spam, not giving Darkrai any opportunity. There's Blaziken with the full paralysis, and Meowstic with the Swagger on to Darkrai. I would actually Swagger Blaziken, because if you're using Crafty Shield, then there's really no real point to be worried about Darkrai. There he is, he's confused. Will he hit himself in confusion? Actually got the Dark Void off. Protect on that Crafty Shield, so not taking the chance, that's paying off, and Blaziken still not getting much accomplished. So Klefki keeps spamming the Crafty Shield. The opponent's gonna probably not give up on the Dark Void, because that's all that Darkrai lives for. That's all that Darkrai players live for. Ooh, the double Swagger, trying to make sure Darkrai like one-shots itself in confusion. Blaziken's paralyzed once again. Who needs Swagger Blaziken when it keeps getting confused? And there's the Dark Pulse. So finally switching up, Dark Pulse onto the Meowstic. Meowstic will survive. Very tanky Pokemon right there. We know it has the Mental Herb, so really no item benefit right here. Blaziken's going to Protect. And then we're going to see Meowstic with the Swagger. So that was the turn on the Blaziken. Klefki with the Foul Play. It's going to be a not very effective hit, but still hits a little strong right there. And Darkrai is confused. Hits itself in confusion. No KO or Reno. And then accuracy of the Michael Berry. I have not seen Michael Berry ever. So Michael Berry Darkrai, make it to where the Dark Void will pretty much always work. That's going to be Swagger onto the Blaziken. But then that means Klefki can step in, Foul Play the Darkrai, finish it off. Blaziken now has a chance of hitting itself in confusion. And this is why, this is what you play. This is what this strategy lives for. Just these moments of shutdown. That's going to be Darkrai going away. So not quite VGC, because there's no Darkrai in that, but bringing the extra legendaries kind of buff up these Pokemon. Very fun indeed. And Clefable comes in. Oh, man, the opponent's totally hacking at this rate. That's going to be a Swagger onto Clefable, boosting the attack. If Clefable gets minimized, could be problematic, but if not, going to be pretty strong. And there's the Thunder Wave. So boom, shut down. Clefable, what are you going to do? You have a 30% chance to attack this turn. Congrats. Blaziken is confused, and that will be another hit. Blaziken is not moved at all. It got the one Protect out of the last 5 turns, and that is crazy. So there's a Heal Pulse. Going to try to support for the Blaziken, and no setup for itself on the Clefable. That'll make Blaziken last a little longer. I mean, if it can actually hit the Klefki, it'll start getting fancy. But that's why you just start setting down those Swaggers on the Blaziken. Might hit itself in confusion, will do more damage to itself, and it is confused this turn. You have to worry about the turn where it pops out of confusion. So now he's spamming that Bulk Up. I mean, I don't understand the Bulk Up, because if he keeps getting defenses, that's going to be good against like the Foul Play and the hitting himself in confusion. But at the same time, you're at +6. Any opportunity that you get to attack will be a KO. Clefable, too much of a defensively bulky Pokemon to care about confusion. And the leftovers almost healing up most of the damage done right there. So Clefable's going to avoid the Swagger. Blaziken's confused. Full paralysis. Oh, the hacks on this battle are unreal. Klefki with the Foul Play will do a little bit of damage to Blaziken. Not enough to KO. And it's all down Clefable. If Clefable hits itself in confusion, gets paralyzed. Either way, no Heal Pulse right there. And Blaziken looking to finally go down as Clefable heals itself up to full. So Meowstic's going to Swagger. The Swagger will hopefully add a little bit of damage to that Clefable. Clefable's going to be very hard to take out. Blaziken snaps out of confusion and Baton passes. So bulk up Baton Pass, not really going for too much raw damage. Now that means the Pokemon coming in Slacking is powered up and not confused. That is interesting right there. Also has the speed boost, but Foul Play on the Klefki comes in and doesn't one-shot it. Alright, so it's going to be onto that Swagger. That if Slacking hits itself in confusion, good to go. Meowstic with the Thunder Wave on Slacking. Interesting. I would have expected the Swagger. Slacking gets full paralyzed. This has to be the most tax that has ever happened in any Pokemon battle ever. There's a Foul Play on the Slacking, and Slacking goes down. I think that Thunder Wave is a little too risky. 25% chance for the full paralysis compared to 50 of hitting itself in confusion. Blaziken's back out. Blaziken's going to protect. I was going to say, you just need to, like, Foul Play it. You need to do something. That way the Clefable can't heal it. So Meowstic is going to Swagger. Blaziken's protect itself. Klefki with Foul Play. Blaziken protects itself. Metronome on the Clefable. Clefable's going for something here, and it rolls into Kinesis, which does nothing. As Blaziken grabs a speed boost for itself. Meowstic uses Swagger. Swagger, Foul Play. Blaziken goes down. And then it's just going to be like chipping into this Clefable. Going to be difficult because you have to Swagger, Foul Play, Swagger, Foul Play, Swagger, Foul Play, hit itself in confusion, and then hope for the best. So there's Foul Play. Blaziken goes down, and this battle is all over. And it's the Klefki combo sweep. Kitty with keys, leaving the opponent completely helpless. And that's why Pokemon is absolutely beautiful. Odor Sleuth. Kinesis and Odor Sleuth not really working out here at all. Meowstic will be withdrawn. You need something to deal with the Clefable. And what better Pokemon than a Steel type with insane amounts of damage? So that's going to be the Swagger. So Klefki is carrying the Swagger. I just thought it was weird when all of a sudden, like, Klefki was the one using Swagger and Meowstic was using Thunder Wave. Either way, that's confusion. Klefki setting it up. Clefable does not hit itself in confusion. Rolls the Metronome. Uses Flash. What if it like got a flamethrower or Fire Blast and ended up taking out the Scizor? That would be hilarious. Klefki's accuracy drops. Scizor with a Bullet Punch. Going to hit Clefable, but it's not enough to really super threaten it. There's a Foul Play. Clefable avoids it. Oh man, Flash actually putting in work right here, guys. But this is going to be it. Hurts itself in confusion. Scizor with the Bullet Punch, and that will be a GG. So there we go. That's Kitty with Keys, guys. It's crazy. I love it. Does some fun stuff like that. And it could go the other way. You know, your opponent could fight through the hacks and then just absolutely womp you. Or you can shut down the opponent. Like, it was 2 Blazikens, a lot of Fire-type Pokemon, and then a crazy sub strategy. So if you guys enjoy the video, hope to see you guys in the next Fan Fridays coming up next.